part 2 of building the poolside living house in Desert Oasis. We are finishing up the second floor in the basement today. So the gardeners live here. They're a family of 5 with a toddler, a child, and a teenager. Each kid has their own room, but unfortunately I lost the footage of me building the toddler's and child's room, which I'm super sad about because the toddler has this super cute sort of bed in the clouds theme. The kid's room is super cozy. You can kind of see it on the side when I'm working on the bathroom. Anyway, if you haven't seen part 1, this house is inspired by the GGL house by Studio AG Arquitectura, which is located in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I came across it on Instagram and was absolutely mesmerized, and saved it into my Sim inspiration folder, or as it is aptly named, my Simspo folder. So yeah, this house has an enclosed pool tucked away on the side. You can check it out in part 1. Also, the sink that I am just about to put in, and now, put the sink in now, there we go. Yeah, so the sink that I'm about to put in right now in its current position doesn't work, but I have wiggled it about and play tested it and it works just fine. So yeah, this is the kids' bathroom. All 3 of them share this. It definitely doesn't fit the style of a kid's bathroom, but I figured since the kids' ages are so spread apart, um, I went with a more neutral palette. So I personally really love this bathroom. I love moody and cozy spaces, so I had a lot of fun building this. Oh, recently I refound this base game paper lamp, which I didn't love so much before, but I really, really love now. Kind of reminds me of the regolith pendant from, like, the pendant light from IKEA. And it gives so much more warmth without having to go into game and change the lighting. It also adds such a nice texture to the space. Oh, speaking of texture, I love that an entire wall in the bathroom have these huge windows from Eco Lifestyle. It kind of looks like there's cloth in them instead of glass. Actually, this bathroom and all the kids' bedrooms have a wall with these windows. I feel like it could bring in so much fresh air and ventilation while blocking some of that harsh sort of desert sun. Yeah, so you can see them here in the teens' bedroom. It also sort of serves as a background for the bed, but kind of like an accent wall. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the teens' room. It's kind of tucked away in its own corner of the house. I feel like as a teen, they'd want some space from their younger siblings. I've set them up with a bookcase and a desk with the laptop for like skill building and such. And like later, I had like a couch so they can hang out with their friends in their room. I didn't put in a lot of clutter in here. I feel like as the teen grows, they can fill it with stuff that reflects their own personality. Lately, there's this trend where parents decorate their kids' bedrooms with sort of a neutral palette to match the rest of their house. In real life, I'm not entirely sure I would do that. I think I'd be more likely to let them take the lead on designing their own space. LOL, provided I have the funds to support their plans. But in The Sims, I am definitely jumping on that trend right now because when I look at the rooms, like with that bird's eye view camera, I would like some like semblance of harmony amongst the rooms, but I don't do that to all the kids' bedrooms. Like the toddler's room is like a bright blue. So obviously the teen has her own hangout space, but I also wanted a more casual living space for the rest of the family. And so I set up a TV room here in the hallway. There isn't really space on the first floor for a TV, and I think this little area makes it kind of cozy for the family to watch like their favorite movies and TV shows. I'll also add some kids' activities in this space a bit later. Like when I was a kid, my sister and I shared a room, and so we had a spare room that was used as like the playroom. And we had like one of those like chunky TVs in there and like all our toys. And at one point, we had a really big whiteboard that my dad took home from his work. Like, obviously, with his boss's permission. He didn't just take it. And it was pretty big. It took up like almost one of the walls. So it was kind of like we could draw on the walls. Um, Now that I think about it, I bet my parents were really tired of me drawing on their actual walls with crayon, and they thought bringing home a massive whiteboard was a good investment. Yeah, so we don't have that whiteboard anymore. I'm not sure if that was thrown out or maybe chucked into the basement storage, but that sort of triggered a lost memory I had. Oh, so doing that family area made me want to add skylights to the roof because there really were no windows in that space. And even though skylights in The Sims make no difference in terms of actual lighting up a space, I kind of wanted to give the idea that the TV area would be a little bit brighter than it actually was. Also, it would be so cool to lie on the couch and do some stargazing from the comfort of your own living room. In the GGL house, which is the inspo for the build, the roof is actually all open and is sort of a lounging space. So I wanted to have that vibe in this house too. Um, I think I put in like 4 skylights. So good thing it doesn't rain in the desert, or it would be like super loud when the rain is like hitting the skylights. One of my friends used to live in this apartment where the only window in her room was the skylight above her bed, and there was this huge crack in it. And we lived in Montreal, so there was a ton of snow, and so when the snow melted, some of the water would get into the crack, and yeah, I guess it would be a little freaky. LOL, well, she doesn't live there anymore. Oh, one of my friends who still lives in Montreal lives in this apartment complex that has like one of those like 4-sided rock climbing walls on the balcony of their 21st floor. Like I've never been on it. It looks terrifying, but it also looks really cool to be able to like climb like a wall outside, like 20 floors in the air. Yeah, so I said the teens room was kind of sparse, but the parents' bedroom is the most sparse. I really wanted to feel open and spacious. I really like dark and moody rooms, but I feel like this couple wants their bedroom to feel as light and as airy as possible. So I thought that bed from Island Living would be perfect because the curtain above it adds a little coziness, but it's still open to the rest of the space. If that makes sense. Also, like, just imagine waking up in that room and seeing those desert mountains in your floor to ceiling windows. Oh, and they're both working mamas, so I have already put a desk in the laundry room, and I put one here so they can both work at the same time if they need to. So here we have the parents' walk-in closet. It connects to the bathroom through a long hallway. There's no doors, but the closet is still pretty private, so those folks won't have to worry when they're getting changed. But I definitely can't say the same about their bathroom. Uh, but maybe that's fine. Maybe that's what they want. I mean, you'll see in a bit, but yeah, like right here. I mean, they can enjoy a massive walk-in shower with a bench. Like I've never tried one of those myself. I like to take really hot showers, and I feel like the lack of a shower door or curtain would be a little too breezy for myself. But hey, it looks good. I do like building things in The Sims that I really love but can never have in real life. Like that light fixture that came with the Decor to the Max kit, love it. But in real life, I'm way too paranoid to have pointy light fixtures above me. Like the one in the kit isn't that pointy, but some of the other lights, like that one in real life, have pointy parts on them. My first thoughts are always, oh my god, what if it falls and I'm under it? One time I was in the bathroom blow drying my hair, and this was when I was a kid, and I come out, and the light cover for the hallway light had fallen and was on the ground. It's like one of those like rounded glass covers, and I went downstairs and I told my mom that it had fallen, and she was like, "Oh, heard a thud. That's what that was." And I was like, "Oh my god, mom, you heard a thud from upstairs, and you didn't come check to see if I was okay?" And she was like, "Yeah, well, I called your name to check, but you didn't respond." And I was like, "Oh my god, mom, all the more reason to come and check if I'm all right." LOL, it's okay. It's a funny story. I like to tell her friends now, so it's fine. Wow, okay, so we're onto the basement. I love that there are stairs from the outside that lead to the basement so you can have like easy access to the workshop. I think one of the parents, or like both parents, really like to build things so they can do some like hobby building, or maybe they're an engineer and want to do some work from home. Do y'all put like full-blown workshops in your builds. I've always loved building things ever since I was a kid. Like I made my own doll houses, and in high school I did wood shop. It was actually called tech design because we were a sort of, and that's a big sort of tech school with like a special laptop program. And in that particular class, we also used like AutoCAD and like InDesign and stuff. Like everyone could bring their own laptop to school, but the kids in the laptop program got special laptops from the school, and all the classes had some sort of computer program. Well, I don't know. I wasn't in it. Anyway, yeah, in that class we got like challenges and had to like build something to fulfill that challenge. Like one of them was to make a machine that was powered by hydraulics, and it had to be able to type like 5 different letters on a keyboard. Yeah, it sounds pretty basic, but it was like a lot of fun. We also had to build like a scaled down house from blueprints, like just the structure of it. And we also got to take apart a small engine and put it back together without instructions. So what we did was take photos of each part as we took it apart, so we could put it back together. I miss tech design a lot and the workshop we had, but this one is definitely a lot fancier. Like for one, in high school, we didn't have a fabrication machine. But yeah, so this is now the rec room. There's a little kitchenette in the little corner out of the workshop. So, you know, you can grab a sip of coffee while you're working without having to bring your greasy hands and clothes into the upstairs kitchen. There's also a small guest room and bathroom down here. Maybe this is like where family stays over during the holidays, but I think it could be fun for some of the kids to have sleepovers down here where they can like play ping pong and video games and make popcorn in the kitchenette for their movies and then just fall asleep down here too. And they've got like a whole floor between them and the rest of the family. Like when I had like sleepovers at my best friend's house, we always lay a couple of blankets and pillows on the floor in front of our giant TV, and we would have like our snacks and drinks around us. Yeah, so that could be fun in the basement. So now I'm just adding lots of palm trees around the house because without the greenery, my builds are always like it. They always feel a little flat. And I love the palm trees that came with Island Living. LOL, is that what that pack is called? I always get the lifestyle and living parts of the names mixed up, like because there's Island Living and like Eco Lifestyle and Tiny Living, or did I get those names mixed up too? Anyway, I think this year I'm gonna try to plant some trees in my backyard. We recently like renoed our backyard like just last year, and we saved a spot for gardening. I'm not sure what trees I should plant though. But if you want to provide any suggestions, I live in southern Ontario and I'm a beginner gardener. I actually just got into it during the pandemic. I was taking care of my grandpa, who's like 91 now, and so he really couldn't leave his apartment, like at all. And he had this really leggy pothos that he gave me, and he gave me a cutting so I could try to grow it. And now that cutting has become 2 really bushy pothos plants, and it's going pretty good. But I've been traveling recently, and my dad is trying to take care of my plants, so we'll see how they're doing when I get home. I'm I'm not too worried about the pothoses. Pothi? Pothos? What's the plural for pothos? Pothos. Now that word sounds weird to me. Oh wait, I think pothos is a short form for a longer Latin name. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, so the pothoses, oh, that word sounds so weird now. They're quite resilient, so I'm more concerned about my money tree and my money plant and my peace lily and a couple of orchids. But he's been sending me some photo updates, which is really nice and sweet, so I can keep an eye on them from afar. He even switched out the humidifier I had for a better one, which was really, really nice. Oh, I put some rocks from the debug catalog where the house is sort of indented to fill up the space. Oh man, the debug menu is a godsend when it comes to landscaping. I'm definitely not the best at landscaping. I'm still learning, and I just figured out how to use the terrain manipulation a bit better. It's still difficult, lemon difficult, but I've done some nice rolling hills and an elevated driveway here and there, and they haven't turned out too shabby. So that's nice. But in this other build I did that might be coming out this Friday, I used planks in the ivy from Discovery University to make some custom windows, and I'm in love, like absolutely in love. I actually forgot about them, but I was just editing that video today and saw them again, and just more. Like, I hope y'all will like them too. I love watching Simmers make custom things with the stuff in the debug catalog, like custom closets and beds and stuff. They're way better. They're way better builders than me. But hey, we try. Also, this window from Eco Lifestyle is so nice, but why aren't there slots on the shelf? Like, if no slots, why shelf? Why? It's fine. We make it work. Like, I slid some plants on there, and now I'm just cluttering up the space with even more plants. Actually, I really love the Blooming Room kit. I think it was the first kit I bought because I really wasn't a fan of the Sims new money making scheme. The kits cost way too much for what they are, but the plants kit really got me. It really got me. I love putting plants in my builds, and that hanging plant is my favorite thing. And now I'm the owner of 3 kits. I have the country kitchen one. I got that one because I had gotten Dream Home Decorator and thought the rustic cabinets would look so good with the more like sleek counters in Dream Home Decorator. And I'm not wrong, but at what cost? I also now have the Decor to the Max kit because it was so pretty. So now what? Yeah, The Sims 4 is burning a hole in my wallet, but also I cannot live without it. I feel like as I get farther and farther into this voiceover, the more unhinged I'm sounding. I'm not the best at voiceovers because I'm not like a super talkative person. And so the unhingedness is probably because I'm just outside of my comfort zone right now, but it's definitely something I want to work on. Like sometimes the words in my not plural, just singular, are going too fast for my mouth to keep up with, and so I stutter and like my brain buffer is trying to trace back to those thoughts. But yeah, it's something that I want to work on, like even just for myself, and like I know the voiceovers do make the videos a little bit more interesting, so I guess it's a win-win. Um, oh, just there. Did you see that? Yeah, I spent all that time going through the debug catalog to clutter the bar to make it super pretty, and guess what? None of that will be there. For some reason, like when I opened the build again, all of that was gone. Oh, and speaking of missing things, there's a toddler in this house, and I do have a little potty in the bathroom, but I forgot to add the high chair so they can eat when I was first putting this together. But it's all good. It's added, and it'll be there when you download this build. I put it by that wall with the plant divider, so your toddler can eat, and it's important to feed your sim children. Well, I guess they could eat on the sofa, but if you want them to feel like they're really part of the family at dinner time, well, you've got the high chair now. It's all good. All right, here we're adding some more clutter around the house. I think the TV room is a bit more casual. Like the downstairs living room is more for like talking to guests and stuff. So I wanted to add some clutter that the kids might have left to make it feel a little bit more homey and lived in. I also love that meditation stool that I put in the living room, but it's a bit small and I wish it came in a bigger size because I don't think my butt would fit. Anyway, I think that's like it for me for now. I really hope you enjoyed this build. I had a lot of fun building it. You can find it on the gallery under Builds with Coffee, and don't forget to like and subscribe to see more caffeinated builds. So stay tuned for the screenshot and bloopies, which are not bloopers, as they're highly manufactured moments in The Sims. And alright, thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!